Exploring the Culture, Regulatory, and Elements of Iran by Kayvon Zalai. So we're going to do a deep dive into the religion, nation, race, gender, class, and type, country, riches, and diverse cultural landscape. So we're going to start off with the historical origins, which is from Cyrus the Great and the Persian Empire, which led to wealth, biggest wealth in all of the lands. Biggest empire in the world at the time was the Persian Empire in 1026 AC. This was one of the biggest empires of all time. This led to four dynasties, which is the Ashmed dynasty, Kashir dynasty, Safavid dynasty, and this also led to the current day Shah and then the Islamic Revolution. The Shah, which was the king, led until 1960, around there, and then Ayatollah Khomeini came over, and the whole landscape changed from the Shah to the Islamic Republic, which Ayatollah Khomeini commanded, kind of a theocracy at the time. National identity and pride in Iran. So the national symbols, this is the Persian symbol that many people, this is the current day, not the current day flag, but the old flag that people resonate with, which is the lion and the sun, which represents the identity and the traditional sovereignty and might that Iran has. And the tricolors, the three colors for this flag, are green for hope, white for peace, red for courage. This represents the Iranian people's beliefs, of course. Now, our celebrations, we have a lot of celebrations, the New Year, which we're currently in, we're 200 years behind. So y'all are in 2023, as they say, and we're in 1823. So, we are still in the 1800s. We got a lot of time to go. But Nowruz is the biggest celebration we have. We go get food. We get money for kids. We bring money for other people. We gift each other. It's like our Christmas, to say. It's nothing religious, but it's like Christmas. It's when I was a kid, I'd be so excited for it. Some people celebrate the Islamic Revolution date, but a lot of people don't resonate with that. Historical heroes are Cyrus the Great, the Shah, and Ayatollah Khomeini. Some people have mixed opinions with the Shah and Ayatollah Khomeini, two different types of beliefs. And Cyrus the Great is, of course, one of the biggest historical figures. You could also say Freddie Mercury is one of the bigger Iranian social figures. Gender equality and gender roles. So I talk about this later on, but to say it lightly here, and it's written, women have traditional women roles, which is to cook, clean, and be at the male's service. Men, on the other hand, have a more traditional go work, make money type role. And women are kind of held back in the current day society in Iran, and they don't get treated fairly, to say the least. Iran's social class. There are three social classes in Iran. They're skewed, to say the least. Iranian high-class people are usually the government workers, oil owners, and people who have high enterprises. Now, the middle class is usually oil workers, managers of the oil companies, people who have modest businesses or a steady job, and then the poor in Iran are beggars and people who sell scriptures. And, sadly, this can range. Beggars are usually younger kids on the streets. Families will send the younger kids on the streets to go beg, as shown in this photo, for money. They'll stay out there till night. They'll stay out there for a whole day, maybe. Some of them might have houses. Some might just live on the streets and with their kids in cardboard boxes. It's very sad. There isn't a shelter system in Iran, to say the least. Persian arts and foods. Iranian cuisine is a rich taste. You gotta have a taste for it. There's kebabs, saffron, which is more expensive than gold, very expensive for saffron, rice, and dried fruits. Dried fruits are pretty big in Persian culture. Um, Music. There's a deep dive in music. The biggest artist in Iran name is Googush, GOOGHS, I don't have a photo here, but I'll show one later on of her. She's like Adele, per se. That's a good one to say. And it's usually slower music, usually more love oriented music, usually more of a melody type music. But Persian art, to say the least, is more of the older art. Persian rugs could also be fitted into Persian culture, as said here, but usually the sculptures are what Persian art is known for, the old Persepolis and stuff like this. Sports. Iran boasts a big cultural connection with soccer. There's a big rivalry, Estaglal versus Persepolis, which is the two teams that play each other every year. It's like here in the USA, there's the New York Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys. That's how I would compare it over there. Now, this is like a tradition that's been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. It's the most watched soccer game in all the states. Recently, they've banned viewers to watch live because of women taking off their hijabs and other reasonings. Some people used to run on the pitch, and the government did not like that, to say the least. Current state of women in Iran's. So the rights of Iran's right now, the women's are still protesting per this day. Women's Life Freedom is the name of the protest, to say. They're usually taking off their hijabs. They're all unison running down the street and protesting for their rights. Some women are getting beat, killed, imprisoned for this. Some women aren't even allowed to school, getting gassed and schooled. It's insane. Women access to women has expanded in university, which is pretty nice since this. But demonstrators are getting beaten, arrested. As I said here, women aren't allowed in social events and stadiums, as I said there at the bottom. And social media has been very cruel to women over there. Social media is basically banned there, but if you talk out over there about the government and social media, there will be repercussions, to say the least. So here's a photo of everything I've talked about today. That's Gugush in the top middle corner, Persepolis in the left corner. That's one of the more beautiful parts of Iran right there, but beautiful landscape of Iran. There's the kebabs, and that's my presentation.